So Lyn, probably the most highly requested Fire Emblem character in Smash history, and for good reason too, being the first character you see in the first Fire Emblem game released in the West. Just seeing Lyn automatically gives you a nostalgia trip back to the GBA games, and when you add her personality and story arc, it's hard to see why Lyn hasn't made it to Smash Bros as a playable fighter. And yeah, there's a lot of people going to say, but there's too many Fire Emblem characters in Smash Bros. And honestly, I couldn't care less. Look at Byleth. Yeah, I was a little disappointed when I first saw him, but in the end he's probably one of the most interesting Fire Emblem characters in the game, and he represents Fire Emblem in a much better way than most other characters, with the whole weapon mechanic and whatnot. I just believe if a character is fun to play, then it doesn't matter who the character is. So today, I'm going to try and do just that, make a moveset for my favourite Fire Emblem character, while also trying to keep it unique and fun. To start off, Lyn would be just lighter than Martha Nucina. She would have 2 jumps and can wall jump. Although she can't actually wall jump in her games, she's always represented as being very speedy and athletic, so I wanted to keep that aspect of her in Smash as well. Talking about speedy, on the ground Lyn would be very fast for a sword character, about as fast as Ridley and Charizard. Her playstyle would be very similar to that of Young Link's, being slightly short on kill power and relying on combos instead. Just before we start with the attacks, I just want to go over a few points about Lyn's character. First of all, her sword will always be sheathed when she's not attacking. That's just the way she appears in the GBA games. She will take out her sword when attacking, and then put it back. Even so, it must be said that the majority of Lyn's attacks are quite fast, even though she has to take her sword out and then put it back in every single time. Also, when crouching, Lyn would use that pose she uses when charging some attacks in the Blazing Blade. I just think it looks right. Now, let's properly get into it. Lyn's jab will be a 3-hit jab with her sword going from low to high, high to low, and a finisher going straight forward, as we see her do in the GBA games, but she just doesn't move as far as she does on the GBA. The first 2 hits would be doing 4% each and the last one would do 7. Her forward tilt will be a very quick slice forward, doing 7%. For a sword attack, it won't have a lot of range, but can be used to shield poke. This move is taken from Project M, although it can be compared to her first weak attack in FE Warriors. Her down tilt and dash attack would also be taken from Project M. Down tilt would be a sword swipe across the stage with an electrical effect. Although Lyn is generally associated with the elements of wind, she has been seen using electrical attacks in the games that she is in, canon or otherwise. The down tilt does 7% as well, but knocks the opponent over with the electricity. For the dash attack, Lyn will do a quick cartwheel in the air, with the sword hitting on the ground in the front at the end. This dash attack is unique as it will turn Lyn around after using it, allowing you to follow up with a tilt or an aerial. While doing the cartwheel, Lyn would be able to hit opponents above her as well. However, this will be the sour spot of the move, only doing 9% of damage. The sweet spot will land if you manage to hit the whole of the move, doing 13%. Up tilt will be this move from Fire Emblem Awakening. Lyn will swing the sword upwards, jumping as she does. She'll then spin around, and if the button is pressed again, hit in front of her before falling back to the ground. This move is great to get grounded opponents into the air without having to grab, and managing to land the second hit will give you easy stocks at higher percent. The first part of this move also works as a great anti-air as well, but this move has a decent amount of end lag, so you'll have to find the right time to use it. The first hit does 8% while the second does 14%. Her side smash will be unique. Although it's just a regular sword slash from low to high, she will dash forward while using it, and pretty far too, about 1.5 times the distance of a platform in Battlefield. So it's pretty much a burst move that's a kill confirm at higher percent. If caught at the beginning of the move, the opponent will be dragged along for the whole move, being launched at the end of it. However, if you want this move to hit at its full potential, you'll have to space things out. If you hit an opponent at the furthest possible distance, this attack will hit hard, dealing 23% of damage and stunning the opponent for a second before sending them flying. When not hitting at max distance or dragging the opponent along, this move will do 19% and have much less knockback, but still a powerful move in its own right. This move is kinda safe on shield, as Lyn will automatically jump backwards after performing it, regardless if she hits her opponent or a shield, similar to Simon's down air. Just watch out for characters with moves like Samus's charge shot and you'll be fine. Up smash will be something along the lines of this frame from the Blazing Blade and will have an electrical effect again. You'll be able to hit in front and behind Lyn as well, dealing 26% if fully charged. Down smash will be a shortened version of this animation from the Fire Emblem games, with Lyn jumping and disappearing in the air only to come down again and hit the ground with her sword, stunning opponents in a small area around her with electricity. Neutral air would be a clockwise pirouette spin like seen in Project M. This move hits twice, dealing 6% and has little knockback, allowing you to follow up with another aerial hit or tilt attack. Forward air is a mix of Lucina's forward air and Sora's forward air from Super Smash Flash 2, making it a great combo tool and finisher. Down air will be from Project M again, being a very quick downward slash that can spike. Will deal 12% and 15% if it spikes. Back air will be a quick counterclockwise sword spin angled slightly downwards and does 7% of damage. Think of it as a reverse neutral air. However, if you press the attack button at the same time as Lyn hits the opponent, Lyn will attack again. This can be done for a total of 5 times, then she'll hit and 4 extras. The first 4 all deal 7%, while the last being the finisher, dealing 18% and having a lot of knockback. Because of how powerful this move is, the timing of the attacks will be pretty strict, but managing to pull this thing off while off stage will pretty much mean an automatic stock. Also, after performing the move, Lyn will jump backwards toward where she started the move, and this jump won't count as one of her regular jumps, so you can still double jump if you haven't used it. I mean, after pulling off a move like that, you deserve a chance of getting back to the stage. This move is taken from FE Warriors. Up air will be a quick backflip with the sword dealing 10% and will be great for juggling. Lyn's neutral special will be her bow and arrow, another one of the weapons she can use in her games. Will be able to charge up to increase its power and distance, like a lot of other bows in Smash. However, the bow will travel much faster than most other bows, and if used in the air will angle slightly downwards, with Lyn backflipping as she shoots it. The arrow will do anywhere between 4 and 13% depending on how long it's charged. Side special will at first look very similar to side smash, with Lyn charging forward to slash her opponent. But while they may look the same, their functionality is very different. You see, side smash acts as a get off me tool and as a finisher. Side special, however, would act as a combo starter, as this move will actually have the same mechanic as the Shodos and Terry, where they can cancel the rest of a move's animation and go straight to the next move. When side special is used, Lyn will dash forward about the same distance as side smash, being 1.5 platforms. If she hits another fighter before completing the dash, she will stop automatically and slash the opponent. The slash does about 4% of flinching damage to hold the opponent in place, similar to the first part of Cloud's cross slash. When the slash hits, you can input any other grounded moves such as tilts, smash attacks, specials and grabs. This move will be Lyn's bread and butter, to use the term that's always flying around, same as how jab jab power dunk is for Terry. I'm sure that with some practice, you can easily get 0 to death combos utilizing this move. When this move doesn't connect with the opponent, however, you'll have a decent amount of end lag, so use it wisely. This move can be used for horizontal recovery as well, and if it hits an opponent in the air, it works similar to side smash, where it deals more knockback depending on how far you are away from the opponent. Up special will be a modified version of the one in Project M. This move will look very similar to Dolphin Slash, but with Lyn flipping towards the top. Offensively, this move will work similar to Zelda's up special, throwing the opponent in the air and hitting them again at its apex. It just won't have a lot of knockback as Zelda's though, doing 17% of damage and killing at about 100%, whereas Zelda's up special can kill at like 70. The recovery itself will actually go decently far as well, about 7 in-game meters. Saving the best for last, down special will be a regular Fire Emblem counter using the stance for Project M. Okay, there's more to it than that. Down special will actually have 2 moves tied to it, the aforementioned counter and another move called Critical Hit. For those of you who don't know, in Fire Emblem you can land a critical, which are activated through a number of factors like your character, weapon, luck, etc. These moves do 3 times the regular damage and can obviously give you the edge in battle when you land it. In Smash, this move will auto-charge based on the amount of damage you deal, and would charge faster by holding down special, similar to Cloud Limit Break. However, it will take a while to charge, equivalent to dealing 300% of damage or 36 seconds of charge time. Now you might think this amount is crazy, but hear me out. Every quarter of the charge, i.e. 75% of damage or 9 seconds of charging, Lyn will gain an Aftershadow, a semi-transparent version of Lyn that copies exactly what she does, but just about a quarter of a second afterwards. These Aftershadows can't be touched or damaged like Arsene, and kind of serve as a charge meter, as there won't be a meter on her UI. Once fully charged, Lyn will have 4 options. Using down special again will activate the move we see Lyn do at the end of her awakening gauge in FE Warriors, with Lyn's Aftershadows striking their opponents on the ground, with Lyn coming in for the final blow. Using down special then moving the control stick forward, we'll see Lyn using this animation from the Blazing Blade. Using down special then up, we'll have Lyn do one of the aerial combo strings from FE Warriors, with the Aftershadows joining in for some extra damage. And finally down special and back, we'll see Lyn doing this animation from the Blazing Blade. After using this move, all the Aftershadows will disappear so you can start charging the move again. All of these moves will hit in a certain area around Lyn, so choosing the right one is critical to perform this move properly. All of the moves have different knockback angles as well. All 4 moves, however, will do the same amount of knockback and damage. For the amount of damage this move does, it will do 90% of damage. This thing will kill the heaviest fighters in the game from the middle of the stage at like 25%. Now this might seem outrageous, and to be fair, it is, but remember you have to sit around charging this move for over half a minute. In a fast-paced game like Smash, that is almost impossible, so I think it's fair. Also, whenever you lose a stock, you'll go back to the last quarter of the charge. So for example, if you did 100% of damage before dying, you'll go back to 75. Oh, and as for the regular counter, it'll only activate when there's an actual move to counter, otherwise it'll just start charging. Similar to how Palutena and Joker can swap between counters and reflectors. When countering, an Aftershadow will stay in Lyn's place while Lyn herself jumps backwards and then strikes the opponent. Because I just think that is something Lyn would do. The counter won't have any sort of multipliers attached to it, it's just a plain and straightforward counter. Lyn's grabs will be pretty basic and are mainly used to help with combos. Her pump will be basically the same as Martha and Lucina's, with Lyn kneeing the opponent to do 1.5% of damage. Forward throw would have an Aftershadow grab the opponent in front of Lyn, and then Lyn would dash forward with her sword, dealing 13% of damage. This will be Lyn's main kill throw. Up throw will have Lyn shoot the opponent in the air with her bow, dealing 7%. Down throw will have Lyn stab the opponent into the ground, launching the opponent back upwards and does 11% of damage. And this move will be a combo starter at lower percents. Back throw will be the opposite of forward throw, with an Aftershadow striking the opponent from behind and then sending them behind Lyn, dealing 10% of damage. This one won't have the kill power forward throw, but if done to send them off stage, you can possibly follow up with an aerial. Lyn's final smash will be Quickdraw, the move she uses as an assist trophy. This move will auto-target their nearest opponent and strike them, dealing 35% of damage. Although this is not a crazy amount of damage, it will have high knockback growth, meaning this move can kill pretty early depending where on the stage the opponent is when it hits. I know that the assist trophy version of Lyn will also auto-KO at 100%, but an auto-KO and auto-target final smash will probably be a bit too OP, so I'm leaving that out. For on-screen appearance, Lyn will slide onto the stage similar to the way she finishes some attacks in the Blazing Blade, saying the line,
"I'll handle this,"
that she says when she uses her assist trophy. For her up taunt, she'll unsheath her sword, point it upwards and say,
"No escape!"
For side taunt, she'll point her sword forward and say,
"Prepare yourself!"
Down taunt will have her twirl her sword around and say,
"I'll finish this!"
These lines are taken from Fire Emblem Heroes. For victory animations, the first one will be from FE Warriors, with Lyn sliding in with her after images and saying,
"Next time, I'll be even stronger."
The second one will have Lyn in the air charging a bow and arrow, with the camera zooming in on her face for a second to show us her concentration. And then she shoots it, falls back to the ground and says,
Aim well and victory is assured.
The third one will have her strike an invisible opponent, then put her sword away and say,
As if I'd lose.
The lines from the second two are also from Heroes. For ults, Lyn will have costumes that represent other characters from her game. The default will be her regular blue costume, with the next two being ults of the other two main characters from her game, being Eliwood and Hector. The next 5 will be based on other female characters from her games, first being Florina, then Ninian, then Priscilla, then Rebecca, and finally Louise. I wasn't sure if I should copy the other character's hair color or not, but you can decide that for yourself. Over the various Smash games, a Fire Emblem character's popularity to fans outside of the series has been, for better or for worse, dictated by their Smash appearances. And whether you like it or not, Smash is the reason we even know about Fire Emblem to begin with. Therefore it only feels right that the character who used to be the face of the Western Fire Emblem fandom makes it as a playable character in the game that brought her franchise to the West to begin with. That's something I'm sure you can all agree with. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed the video, you can please leave a like and maybe even subscribe if you want to see more. If you want to see more right now though, I have 2 other videos discussing movesets for other characters already on my channel. I'll leave those in the description if you want to check them out. But that's it from me for now, and until next time, see ya.